Bartolucci, owner of InkStampandScrap.com. Today you are watching the 4th edition of Tools, Techniques, and Layouts. Today we're going to work on these two cards, both using the shadow stamping technique. So I'm going to show you how to make the focal points using the technique, and then I'll just kind of explain how I put the cards together. Now, the first one I'm going to show you is the blue card. This one right here. So I'll put it up here just so you can see it. And the way that you do the shadow technique is you need 2 colors of ink. Today I'm going to use Not Quite Navy and Baja Breeze. And you start with the lighter ink and then you stamp over with the darker ink just a little bit to the right. And you also want to make sure that you are using the Stamp-A-Majig so it's positioned perfectly. So the first thing we're going to do is take a little bit of Dado and put it on the back of our cardstock that I already pre-measured based on the size of the wood block. I'm going to put it right in the center of my grid pad. I'm going to open up my Baja Breeze ink pad and I'm going to take the flower from the Upsy Daisy stamp set. I'm going to ink it up real well with the Baja Breeze. I'm going to roll it across and then I'm going to tap it off a few times and make sure that it's good and inked up. And then I'm simply going to line up the corner of the stamp with the corner of the white cardstock, because I know since both are the same size, everything should line together just perfect. And now I have a beautiful light image of my flowers. Now what I'm going to do is get the darker image on to get my shadow to work, but I need my Stamp-A-Majig in order to make this happen. So I'm going to take my Stamp-A-Majig and I'm going to line it up absolutely perfect on the image. There it is, exactly how I want it. And now I'm going to slide it over to the right just a little bit, just to get a really cool looking shadow. Then I'm going to take the tool and line up the left corner of the plastic grid or plastic sheet with my tool, take the plastic away, and now I'm going to open up my Not Quite Navy ink pad and I'm going to ink up my same flower stamp. I can go right from one to the other without cleaning it off, simply because it's the same hue, they're both blue, and one's just darker than the other. So holding my Stamp-A-Majig, I'm going to slide this down, hold it for 3, 2, 1, and presto, I have exactly what I wanted, a drop shadow image. Now what I can do is I can take that drop shadow image, like I did on this card, layer it on Baja Breeze. This greeting is also in the Upsy Daisy stamp set. I added a couple of brads for effect and a little bit of designer series paper with an oval on the back of the scalloped oval. A really cute card, but the most important part is that beautiful drop shadow look to the flowers. So now let me show you how I did the same thing using the Wish Big stamp from Wordplay on a white piece of cardstock and using Delightful Daffodil and Tangerine Tango ink. So again, I'm going to take my stamp. The important pieces are to have your cardstock, and you want to take a little bit of Dado so that it's not going to move. And then I'm going to take my my Delightful Daffodil ink, and I'm going to ink up my Wish Big. And I'm going to stamp it right in the middle, because eventually I'm going to punch it out with a circle punch. Then, and I don't care that it's not perfectly straight, because again I'm going to punch it out with my circle punch, so it's going to look really cool. Now I already inked this up with the tangerine ink so it's dark and I can see it. First I'm going to line it up absolutely as perfect as I can, then I'm going to slide it to the right just a little bit, it might be too much. There we go, that looks better. Now I'm going to open up my Tangerine Tango ink. I can take that same stamp and stamp it in the Tangerine Tango. Let's go back and start again. I'm going to line it up and just slide a little to the right. I'm going to take my tool and hook it in the corner. I'm going to take my Wish Big and stamp it in the Tangerine Tango. Rub it a little bit, make sure it's got good coverage. I'm going to slide it right down. 1, 2, 3. And cool, look at that, I have a shadow. Alright, so now one more tip for the day. I'm going to pull this off and I'm going to punch it out with my 2 3/8 inch scallop punch. Now, this is the right size and it's going to fit and all, but it's a little hard to get it in there just right. So what I can do is I can take a sheet of Post-it paper and I can put it right on the end, and now I have an extended piece to slide in my punch and get it lined up just right and make it look just beautiful. So now, and I don't even care that the Post-it shows a little because it's going to punch right along with the cardstock because it's so thin. Now I can punch that right out and I have exactly what I wanted. Oh, a little bit of Post-it stayed along, but I can just wipe that away, and there I have my Wish Big exactly how I wanted it. Now what I did to finish off the card is I just paper pierced the white circle. I added a scallop circle from the pennant die. I paper pierced my scallop edge, layered on some Daffodil Delight Designer Series paper, and used the polka dot embossing folder to finish off my whole polka dot theme that was going. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to do the drop shadow stamping technique, and I look forward to showing you a new technique, layout, or tool next week. Have a great day!